Mud doesn't sound impressive. It sounds weak, temporary, poor. And yet, some of the most stubborn, comfortable and long-lasting buildings in human history were raised with nothing more glamorous than earth, water and patience. Medieval builders understood mud in a way modern construction quietly forgot. And, you know, the cracks in today's buildings prove it. Mud wasn't dirt, it was technology. When medieval builders used mud, they weren't just scooping random soil and hoping for the best. They were selecting, testing and refining it. Clay content mattered, sand ratios mattered, organic fibres mattered. Straw, hair, dung and plant fibres weren't just filler, they were reinforcement. What they created was a composite material, flexible, breathable and shock-absorbing. Long before steel rebar, mud walls handled movement without cracking apart. That flexibility is exactly why you see many medieval earth structures survived centuries of ground shifts, weather cycles and daily use. Modern concrete is strong, but it's brittle. Mud bends. That difference alone explains a lot. Here's the secret modern buildings struggle with. Medieval mud walls could breathe. They absorbed moisture when the air was humid and released it when things dried out. No plastic vapor barriers, no mechanical ventilation. Just walls quietly regulating indoor humidity all day, every day. That meant fewer mold problems, less rot, more stable indoor temperatures. People slept better without knowing why. Today, we seal buildings so tight they sweat from the inside. Then we spend money fixing problems medieval builders never created in the first place. Mud walls didn't trap moisture, they managed it. Medieval builders didn't talk about thermal mass, but they built with it instinctively. Thick mud walls absorbed heat during the day and released it slowly at night. In hot climates, interiors stayed cool. In cold climates, warmth lingered longer. This wasn't accidental. Wall thickness, orientation, and material choice all worked together. Homes became passive climate systems. Modern homes, well, they chase insulation numbers. Medieval homes, on the other hand, balance mass and airflow. It's a different approach, but the same goal. And, you know, often better results. When a mud wall cracked, you didn't call a specialist. You didn't import materials. You fixed it with the same earth it came from. That matters more than it sounds. You know, medieval buildings were designed to be maintained, not replaced. Small cracks weren't failures. They were expected. Seasonal movement happened, and honestly, repairs were just part of the rhythm of living in a building, not some kind of emergency. Compare that to modern construction, where a single moisture issue can mean tearing out walls, replacing boards, and, well, spending thousands. Mud accepted imperfection. That acceptance really kept buildings alive longer. Mud structures weren't weak, you know. Tests on traditional earth buildings show compressive strengths that are actually comparable to those early concrete mixes. When properly maintained and protected from constant water exposure, they performed exceptionally well, really. The key was design. Wide bases, thick walls, overhanging roofs and raised foundations. Medieval builders knew water was the enemy, not gravity. They didn't fight nature, they worked around it. That's a lesson modern design keeps relearning the hard way. Here's a curveball. Mud doesn't burn. While medieval cities feared fire, earth-built homes often fared better than timber-heavy structures. Mud plaster acted as a fire barrier, slowing spread and reducing structural collapse. Modern fireproofing often involves chemicals and layered systems. Medieval builders just used dirt. Smart dirt. Mud construction had, well, almost zero embodied energy. There were no factories, no long-distance transport, and, no toxic additives. Materials came from the ground beneath your feet. When a building reached the end of its life, it returned to the earth without poisoning it. Today, sustainability is marketed. Back then, it was automatic. And here's the kicker. Those buildings often lasted longer than modern ones designed with, well, advanced materials. Mud didn't disappear because it failed. It disappeared because speed and standardization took over. Industrial materials could be mass-produced, shipped anywhere, and built fast by workers with minimal training. Mud required local knowledge, skill, patience. Modern economies value speed over wisdom. So we traded resilient, breathable, adaptable buildings for fast, rigid ones that need constant intervention to stay comfortable. And now we're shocked when they crack, mold, and overheat. Architects and builders are quietly rediscovering what medieval builders never forgot. Earth plasters, rammed earth, cob, and natural renders, they're making a return. And, well, not as a novelty, but as a solution. Because, honestly, the physics didn't change. Only our priorities did. Mud still regulates humidity, it still stores heat, it still repairs easily, and, believe it or not, it still outlasts materials that might look more impressive on paper. They understood that buildings were living systems, not just sealed boxes. They realized materials should work with the climate, not fight against it. And, well, they accepted that maintenance was normal, definitely not a sign of failure. Most importantly, they knew mud wasn't primitive. In fact, it was really quite precise. And honestly, every crumbling modern wall quietly proves their point. If this changed how you see the past, you're exactly why Ancient Roots Uncovered exists. Go ahead and subscribe for more lost knowledge hiding in plain sight. Share this with someone who loves history or building and, well, keep digging with us.